Peace, love, and black empowerment. You are tuned into the Mile High News Channel, Denver's first station for news and entertainment that is for us and by us. With your hosts, Noble Turner, Sharif Aline, Chairman Sekou, and Jesse Paris. Welcome. All right, peace, love, and black empowerment. Welcome to the Mile High News Show. My name is Noble Turner, and Mile High News Channel, we are about bringing for us, by us news. I'm bringing this channel here because I feel that we're underrepresented here in Denver in the media, pretty much in everything else too as well. So I wanted to bring a strictly black approach to our news, our way. These are my correspondents.
How you doing? I'm Sharif Aline, community activist, independent journalist. You know, I was at KGNU for 12 years doing, music and news, and, I'm glad to be here on this particular channel, man, so we can tell our story uninterrupted.
That's right.
And I appreciate this platform. Glad to be working with people like Brother Noble, man, Brother Jesse, Chairman Sekou, because, you know what I'm saying, these are the streets that's talking. This ain't no, polished corporate news. We bringing you the news straight from the heart, straight from the streets. And, we hope that you will, support this endeavor.
And I'm Jesse LaShawn Paris. I ran for city council at large this past May 2019 election, got almost 15,000 votes with no money. And I'm running again in 2023. I'll be your next mayor. I joined this channel because I was tired of seeing the disenfranchisement within the media in the Mile High region. We are the minority in the state population-wise, and the media, it reflects exactly that. So we are unapologetic about being black, and we are for black empowerment. So if you are not for those things, please tune out now. This is Hood News. We are bringing it straight from the streets. We are representatives of the streets and of the conscious community within the Mile High region. And now I'm going to pass it off to this other correspondent.
My name is Chairman Sekou. I am the founder and organizer of the Black Star Action Movement. Over 50 years of committed everyday organizing struggle, seeking the total liberation and unity of our people in Denver, in America, Africa, everywhere throughout the world. Everywhere we at, eyes be down for it.
And once again, thank you all for tuning in. Like I said before, we are an independent news channel. We are for us, and we are by us. So we are here for the revolution, and the revolution is creating our own media, the revolution is building our own communities, and the revolution is televised with us,
No.
should I say.
No.
Televised with us.
That's right.
That's right. So we're going to try to bring you the best news that we can, and we're going to do the news strictly for us. We're going to do the news to where everybody gets a chance to be heard. Because in the media now, we don't have a chance to be heard. We have these little 1 and 2 minute segments that barely tell the stories about what's happening and what's going on with us. So we are going to bring you that, and we are going to bring you that with everything we can.
I want to talk about the Popeye chickens.
I want to talk about the Popeye chicken sandwich. I saw your video.
What are you talking about? Chicken without no feathers? What are you talking about?
No, the Popeye chicken sandwich, man. Like a few months ago, Popeyes came out with this chicken sandwich, man. And people were going nuts over it. It was like fist fights and people jumping through drive-through windows trying to get these sandwiches, like a lot of pandemonium about this particular chicken sandwich, man. And so I guess they put them back out for sale yesterday. And the lines are long. It's a lot of people in the Popeyes and stuff. And out in Maryland someplace, man, a brother lost his life
Yeah.
over a chicken sandwich, man. And I just want to know, why are black people, man, so prone to follow these trends to the point of a frenzy where you kill your brother over a chicken sandwich? And it's like, I put it on Facebook, man, I said, does, Popeyes hold any blame for this? Because looking at the response that they got the last time they put this chicken sandwich out, with fist fights in the middle of the restaurant with people jumping through the drive-through Wendy's, why, if you put these chicken sandwiches out, why didn't you have more employees there or more security on site to deal with any type of disruptions? But it's like they put the chicken sandwich out, people are going crazy over it. And I just want to know, man, what is they putting in the chicken sandwich? Is it some type of crack or something in the chicken sandwich that's driving people crazy?
You got to think though too. It's what do they put in everything? What did they put in the Black Panther? What did they put in this new dumb Harriet movie? What did they put? What did they put? Oh, I'm going there.
I'm my Harriet. Hashtag.
What did they put in? You know what I'm saying? McDonald's for to become a Fortune 500 company. It's all about the marketing. And if you see, I wish I would find that video. I'm gonna try to find it. But they know how to market to us.
Oh yeah.
They know what to do for their little commercials. They know come and eat your McDonald's and whoop, whoop, whoop. They know to do that to make it cool and make it hip for them to serve us poison.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you say, Judge?
About the chicken sandwich.
Chicken, man.
You wasn't here yet.
You like the show was chicken?
Did you taste it?
Did you get your one?
I still ain't
I didn't
tasted that
taste it the
shit.
first time.
My son probably
So,
And is Popeyes black on? Do we own that?
No way. The chicken queen does, baby.
So we're talking about the same U.S. government that put crack and guns and lead, and the list goes on into our communities to destroy us, and we're questioning if they're not putting something in the food. It's all this food we eat. This is not food. They put certain chemicals in it to make it seem like it's food. It's not food. That's why it's GMOs. It's genetically modified organism.
It's an organism.
They're made in a laboratory, but they have chemicals that make the food taste a certain way, and all the health, the permaculture folks is like, this is like giving you close to a heart attack down there consuming this sandwich. But there was a movie made in about 1954 called "How to Sell to the Negro."
That's the same one I'm talking about.
Yeah.
When he was trying to hat on him and stuff, and tell him he looks nice, and I seen that.
See, because we got the bottom, so our oppressor is dangling this illusion in our face that if we do enough cooning and buffoonery and tap shoeing and loving our master, that we gonna elevate. And it's like, no, whichever way that we go, they go. We at the bottom, you on top of us. Whichever way you go, we go. You go, because we are the trendsetters. We are the ones they emulate. We are the most hated, the most emulated people on the planet.
That's right.
So back to the Popeyes chicken. I didn't try it the first time. I didn't try it the second time.
No time.
well, see, if we put this in a historical context, all right? When we came here under the most atrocious conditions ever in the history of mankind. Nobody has ever gone through that for this long of a period of time. We're talking 500 years. Talking about 500 years. So if you look at the trends in any kind of society that has been transformed, the first thing they do to get the people ready is you have to change the mindset of the people. And when you have a people that has been traumatized, okay, beyond all recognition, where there is no data of how do you restore these people back to their original state. We have been in the process of creating that process. And we are way ahead of the trend because look at what we're talking about. 500 years. Hanging out with the kidnapper and nobody want to go back home. What does that tell you? If I was kidnapped and I was told I was free, the first thing I'd do is I'd want to go back home. I don't want to stay hanging out with the kidnapper. See? So that is a psychological condition, okay, that is medical. And we never had the opportunity to get treated medically, all right? Nor have we had the opportunity to just pause, just stop, you know what I'm saying? And heal. So we go from slavery to black codes, to Jim Crow, to segregation, to capitalist exploitation, all right? And Malcolm X said, anytime in the 21st century that you are singing, we shall overcome, you have been failed by your government, by your society, by everybody else because you're still seeking something from the kidnapper that he refuses to give you. And the only way you can overcome a thing is that you got to do that yourself. We have never had the educational institutions that will retrain us. They keep miseducating us. We keep co-signing on that. We have never had a curricular change that says we are going to do an empowerment education process for black people. That includes your black colleges or your institutions of miseducated learning. And so the real deal for those of us who are conscious is, what do you expect? Are our expectations realistic? I mean, here we are, we're conscious, we're scientific, we have gotten past certain things, and yet there's certain things I ain't got past. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about for real. Because I'm telling you right now, I've been mad about it. You know what I'm saying? From the day I found out it was bullshit. Okay? I'm talking about for real.
They say if you think you mad now, wait till you wake up.
Now, and the more, I'm telling you, and the more I know, all right, it keeps opening up those wounds. All right? And so, consciousness is a painful process, Jack. You know what I'm saying? It's not easy. It's not easy, and yet it's necessary. But it's something, and it's something that you gotta want. See? You gotta want it. This is not something for those who need it. All right.
So once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is why I picked these three gentlemen. They are some of Denver's best. You know what I'm saying? They some of the realest brothers I've met, and real consciousness. You know what I'm saying? I've learned a lot from these brothers. You know what I'm saying? Even now, you know what I'm saying? So that's why we want to make this show a no holds bar. And let's talk about Harriet for a minute. Since this is the latest crave.
Yeah.
What's your feelings on it, Brother Sharif?
Okay, before we get started, how many people seen the movie?
I didn't see that.
Okay, I seen it, so I can talk about it. Now, hey man, this is like, I think the movie, man, like every movie that comes out is a social conditioning for the society that they are aiming it to watch it. And I just got a bunch of overt, messages throughout the movie of the white savior complex, showing black men as being thugs and brutes and cowards, and it wasn't like, I thought Alice Walker or somebody had wrote this movie, man. But it was just crazy when I was watching it, man, because they had the whole, there's not a movie that's made today in Hollywood that don't have an LGBT agenda.
Yep.
And in the movie, man, I seen, you know, a couple of scenes where they had the agenda. Like they had Harriet in a bathtub with the lady, you know, played by Janelle Monáe. And like I said, I didn't know whether she was a madam of a whole house or an abolitionist or, you know, just a cook at the hotel or something, because, you know what I'm saying, that her role wasn't really defined, but she was supposed to be there to care for Harriet, this and that. And, you know, they just had them with the whole, like, color purple scene with Celie and the other lady, Comer. You know, it was like that. And then they had the brother in the dress.
Oh,
get out of here. They had a brother wearing.
Hold up.
And when I brought it up, people was like, oh, well, he was just doing that to escape.
Wait, a dress?
Yeah,
was it a mini skirt?
See, they try to hide it as, they try to put it as a brother was trying to be, you know what I'm saying, incognito, you know what I'm saying, in a dress so nobody wouldn't. But he's still black.
Yeah.
So if he was black back in them days,
then
your ass is getting caught by the damn slave catcher anyway.
Yeah. So wearing the dress
would
was
you demean yourself
right.
like that for?
Right.
Alright.
And I ain't even saw it yet. So.
Yeah, and it's deep, man. And it's, you know, it's one scene where she's escaping, running, and she jumped in the back of this white man's hay truck. And the dude, like, oh, I know somebody's back there, get out. And she gets all out, hair all nappy and stuff. And the dude just tips his hat to her and rides up. And I'm like, that's unrealistic, man, because in the South at that time, any white man saying a Negro escape had financial, monetary incentives to capture you.
Yep.
And turn you into what? It'd be like today, you committing a crime, the police know you to commit a crime, and they just tip their hat to you and let you walk off. It wasn't realistic today, it wasn't realistic then. And then it was like, the part that really got everybody jacked up about, man, is like, the main villain in the movie is not the slave master. It's this black bounty hunter that's going around calling black women bitches. I mean, and he stomped, like Janae Manel's character, he stomps her to death. Like, you black bitch, and beats her with his fist. I mean, repeat, you know how they showing brother just beating a woman and stomping her and all of this kind of stuff. And then he's trying to kill Harriet, and the white man is like, I told you I want her alive, and kills him and saves Harriet. Then Harriet gets the gun on the slave master instead of blowing his goddamn brains out. You know what I'm saying? She's like, the Civil War's gonna come and your bloods is gonna spill in the fields of death. And
if you think about it though, that's how a lot of our movies have been for a long time. It's like I was watching a while ago, Dave Chappelle when he was on the Oprah show.
Yeah.
And he was saying like, man, he was like, well, I gotta wear a dress.
Exactly.
He was like, there's so many, and I know the role he was talking about. He was talking about the role on Blue Street,
right,
where he was.
They wanted him to
dress
as a prostitute.
And the role that they picked was him just was robbing a bank and getting away with the money. You know what I'm saying? They would rather put him in a dress and have him in a whorehouse, a man, than to put that scene in there. And Dave Chappelle said no. And that's what a lot of these guys are doing, but it seems like that's what it takes to be accepted now, especially in the media. You know what I'm saying? If you want to make it big, pretty much in anything, that you're going to have to do that, and with that comes a whole long list of more. So, you know what I'm saying? And that's one other reason why I praise black media, because we ain't got to do all that.
Right.
You know? We got to come here, sit down, chill, talk. Maybe, you know, this is Denver, so we do what we do. But, you know what I'm saying, you don't got to get butt naked for no dude and you know what I'm saying, do all of that. And this is how they're shaping our minds, especially our kids, that we can, sorry brother, we can take it from the Harriet Tubman, we can take it to this LGBT agenda that they're about to start teaching our kids. They said the earliest is coming is next year.
And you can't opt
to where they're having at least a mandatory gate, and if your kid sits out, they're getting a bad grade for it, or they're missing class because they don't want to participate in it. Everybody thinks it's not happening because it's coming so slow, but as soon as you turn around, next thing you know, it's gonna be everything. You know what I'm saying? Next thing is gonna be a gay teacher agenda. You know what I'm saying? To where they're, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
All
I'm ready
out.
about that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Where they all out.
No,
you know what I'm
this
saying?
is already all
They got
out.
the trans
Yeah.
vestites or whatever teaching reading
Transgender
books to the
teaching,
kids.
preaching, drag queens teaching, reading books to the kids.
And they just said that drag queen that did that just called it pedophile case too.
And that's where I was going with this. It's a pedophile. They're trying to change it. Did y'all see that TED Talks? They had that white woman on there talking about pedophiles are good, are still people, and you shouldn't demonize them because they're attracted to minors. She was really trying. They're beyond trying. This is the agenda they're pushing. And see, part of the reason why I didn't win because I would have won if I would have supported that agenda. But they tried to buy me. They tried to buy both of us, really. But they really tried to buy me and was like, you're a homophobe. And they got some new shit now where it's just like, y'all just making shit up now. And then that alphabet group, I call it the alphabet group, honestly, because they just keep adding the alphabet. There's a new alphabet being added to that just about every single day. And Neely Fuller told us this. That's why we on code. Check out the United Compensatory Code by Dr. Neely Fuller Jr. He said that by 2020, him and Dr. Francis Quest Wilson said, by like 2020, the black man was going to be walking around in a dress. And I kid you not, about 2 days ago, I seen a brother
Russell Westbrook
on a bike with high heels and a dress.
for real.
Like this is what they pushing on our youth.
Okay, let's see.
And if you go against it, then you're labeled homophobic, transphobic, whatever kind of phobic. And it's like we the most tolerant people. What you talking about?
We have to be.
Well, see, but then, okay, listen. What do you expect them to do? I'm talking about for real. They are going to push their culture, all right, and envelop you in it to make it socially acceptable to folks that are oppressed because we are the threat to the existing social order because our code of conduct is diametrically opposed to oppression. All right? So now, they bringing in what they are. To expect them not to be or do who and what they are speaks to who we are. It's like, come on, man. If they wasn't doing what they doing, they wouldn't be who they are. Now, once I understand who you are, then I can develop strategies on how to bypass all of that, because what is the principal value that's involved in this? What are they really creating? Confusion and chaos, which is the enemy of the revolution. Revolution clarifies things, makes it crystal clear. What's up is up, what's down is down, what's true is true, and what a lie is a lie. That's it. There's no middle ground. There's no middle ground between truth and a lie. For instance, if you're a student and you're taking a test, you either cheat or you don't cheat. There's no middle ground. There's no middle ground. See, but their culture says yes, there is, because cheating only happens if you get caught. See? That's their culture.
Yeah.
All right, now, here we are busting them up, cheating, and spreading confusion. See, and that's the purpose of why we're doing today what we're doing today. We are cutting through the chaos and the confusion and then giving our people choices. For instance, okay, you bringing in this curriculum. I say, hey, my kid ain't going through that. All right? So they get a D. So what? Give me the letter. I'll take the letter, bang. And I will teach my kids at home. I don't have to bring them up in there. We are the only people who allow our children to be educated by the enemy, and then we get upset because they end up crazy and do crazy things, like put on the dress, put on the lipstick, look at the movie. I don't have to look at the movie. I ain't going to see the movie. I don't have to worry about none of that.
When you
And my kids, no listen, and my kids ain't gonna look at it, and I'm gonna see how many bootleg copies I can get to sell to white folks so they can see this bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And then I'll feed it back to them, and I'll make money on their own bullshit. And I won't show this shit to my kids. I won't do that shit. And I will make them more confused than they'll ever make me confused. I hope you believe that bullshit.
See,
because once you believe
thing.
it, I got you. See, I got you with your own thing.
Yeah, that's the thing in that situation, because they know that there's not a lot of home-based programs in home teachers. They know there's really none that coincide with, unless you're going to bring your kid home. But there's not any institutions that is recognized by the state of Colorado or any other state where they can teach black curriculum. You know what I'm saying? And that's another. Well, we can skip in comments like a mother. I'm sorry. Edit that. That's another topic.
Hey, man, I don't give a damn if they approve the curriculum or not. See, I'm a grown ass man. You can't tell me what to do with my kids. You can't tell me what to do in my life. I'm free like that. All right? So the real deal is, how do we get our people prepared to be free, independent?
You know something? I think a lot of people would consider homeschooling if they wasn't working 2 or 3 jobs. I think in our community, man, a lot of people look at the public school system as kind of like a babysitter or some place that they know their kids could be safe at while they out trying to work. But for the most part, man, I think a lot of people, you know, what I did back in the late 90s was I took my kids out of Denver Public School because I had the information back then that what was going on in the school system and the changes that they was going to be making.
Right.
You know, and even back then it was like, they was pushing LGBT stuff. They was pushing, and the reason why I took my kids out, because they kept trying to get me to get my kids shots. You know, and I got the information back then that them shots had mercury and this and that and that and this.
That's great.
And I was like, I don't want to deal with that. Plus, like the stuff they teaching them in school, I could teach them at home. You know, and so I started homeschooling my kids back then, man, and I had a lot of opposition from mainly my family. It was people in my family. Them kids gonna grow up to be antisocial. They ain't gonna be getting no job. They ain't gonna know how to read and write. Whoop-de-wop, whoop-de-whoop. And so, you know, I just stuck to my guns, man, and I seen a lot of they kids fall off at the wayside and catching cases through the school. That was another thing. You got to take your kids out of these public schools, man, because they got the police in the schools. As soon as your kid get into a fight or touch a girl on her arm, you got a case.
Okay, I just want to say one thing, man. Listen, one of the reasons why we're going through this is because our people are not organized. See, we don't have our own schools no more. We used to have them. Integration allowed us not to even have no school. Whether it was a good school or bad school, we got no school. All right? So what we have to do is to get back from mobilization to mobilization for organization. Without no organization, you can't go up against an organized force and think that you're going to win. If you have an organized lie, it will defeat a disorganized truth every day.
And this is one of the reasons why I came up with this show, to just like it's our individual, just like this is independent media. This is what we need to do in life, you know. And this is a really big thing that I push, and that we're trying to do something real big. Me and Jesse and Chairman Sekou. We need our own, and, you know, and this is one of the reasons why I do that. And we're going to be promoting a whole bunch of, a lot of black businesses here coming up, and we're going to have a lot of correspondents in different cities and different states that I already have set up. So the main thing I want to push from this news media is we need to build our own, and that is our first problem, and this is going to be our first solution to everything that's plaguing our communities. Thank you guys for watching. I was going to go in that hard, you know, I can touch on that subject, but yeah, thank you everybody for watching. I want you guys to tune in every Wednesday at 7 o'clock, and we will be on, and make sure you guys hit the like button. You guys subscribe to our channel. We are going to bring you the news. We got a street team coming up, and you guys stay tuned. Peace, love, Black Power.
Black power.